Hey y'all. So I am back after a while. Sorry, my hair is that on. And I have decided to do a segment on overthinking, right? We've talked plenty of time in the past about when I start a venture, then I will get in my head about it. I'll create content. I have notebooks of information to provide to people, women's groups, helping women through various situations. And one thing that I realized that I struggled with from very young was overthinking. And I have been literally going back and forth about this content right here, just as simple as the title says, right? So I'm going to do a part one because I feel like this could, you know, take several different videos to really explain or grasp the depth of overthinking. Um, However, let me start by, doing this right here. So, the definition of overthinking is to think about something too much or for too long, right? And although I may overthink, I also have a tendency to try to make rash decisions sometimes because I do not like how overthinking can overtake my life, right? And so I don't know how many of you guys actually struggle with this, how many of you guys have actually acknowledged the fact that you think about things a lot more than you should, even making these videos. I just, full transparency on this, I just want to throw it out here so you guys can see what it looks like in the real life, day to day of someone who overthinks. I was resting and I have been thinking about this specific part one for a few days now. And I had ample opportunity to stop what I was doing, hop on and make a quick video, but I did not because the very first thing I thought about, how many people will judge the content, how many people will go against it, all the things, content creators think about all the time, and they still do what they need to do. However, when it comes to overthinking, it can literally paralyze you in the sense of not being able to just do what you need to do and get it done. So, context for this part one, overthinking can look like comparison. And comparison is the thief of joy, right? I have had so many opportunities to get my goals set, to knock them out, to be further along than I think that I am right now, right? I'm very grateful for where I am. But or I should say, however, there are so many things that have occurred in my life that have caused me to sit back and really try to evaluate which way I need to move, how I need to maneuver, doing multiple things at once. Because what people that don't overthink struggle to understand when it comes to, and I can speak to myself for this, right? It's a personal battle, is that I may set up multiple things for me to navigate because if I focus on just one, I may come up with so many scenarios as to why I shouldn't be successful in this, right? The narratives that have been pushed upon me, the things that people have said, things that I've witnessed from other people. And then if I have any similarity, I will think of every single situation, thought, thing, whatever it is, you name it. I have literally went to the depths of the worst case scenario and the best case scenario for each situation as to why I should or shouldn't do something. That's when it comes to thinking about having people close to me. I do not have a lot of close friends because I have thought about every reason why I should or should not. And the people that are very close to me, I have vetted them so much in my brain that they got close after a lot of trial and error on my behalf, right? I don't know how many people can relate to this. Hopefully, it's somebody, some people. And, you guys just reach out to me. It doesn't have to be in the comments, it could be a message, whatever. But I would just like to hear people's thoughts on this because, yes, people make videos about it. Yes, people touch on the subject of it. However, I don't think the importance of it is really exposed enough. And I feel like I'm going to be a small starting point in it because it's something that could actually save a lot of people, right? When it comes to situations, like working, if I'm really good at something, I know I can get it done, I can navigate it. And then if I have too much free time, I start to think of, okay, there's other things I could be doing with my time, causes conflict or creates friction in situations. Having friendships, looking at how the friend treats me versus other people, and then thinking about what am I not doing enough of, or why am I not getting the same treatment as other people that I'm seeing. And it can create conflict, confusion, chaos, right? Relationships. If what I feel like I need and I've expressed isn't being met, I get in my head and I can start to overthink, create conflict, confusion, and chaos. It may not be directly in the dynamic, it may be internally, which when you're dealing with something internally, it will start to come out. So I think one of the greatest things that I started to do was journaling for myself, right? It gave me an opportunity to really own in on the fact that all of these thoughts are thoughts. And unless I do something with them, then nothing will happen with that dynamic. I have to be very clear on what it is that I desire for myself, what it is that I want. And overthinking does not help with living truly in the moment because fears pop in. I absolutely love to travel, but one of the things that would stop me is thinking about traveling by myself, doing things by myself. So I would want somebody to experience these things with me because of the fear of what could happen if I go to do them by myself, right? And yes, this is part one. I'm going to go ahead and shorten part one to this because I wanted to lay the thought out there. But I'm going to come right back with part two because I feel like getting to the meat and potatoes of overthinking, how it affects your life, where the starting points are, it could really help somebody. So I hope this part one wasn't too much all over the place. Part two should be a lot better. I just wanted to step in here and get the video out so that we could see how many of you guys are struggling with some of the same things that I am.